God. Alright, let's see. We gotta go over here. Alright.
You should just be finishing choking Mercer.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, ready?
You should be in frame.
No, it's too late now. We're already going.
Oh, are we?
Hey everyone, I'm Cecil Laird.
Jaime Fuego here.
And I'm Mesa. And this is your horror show news with Booze. This is actually the same drink as before.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Salute to all of you gents across the world, and ladies as well.
Indeed. So this is going to be, a shorter news with booze than usual.
It's Christmas week, man.
Exactly.
The week in between Christmas and New Year's, there really was not very much to talk about. But there's a few fun topics nonetheless.
Go ahead.
Yep, start off. There he goes. So, well, hello, sir.
So I have an understudy.
So many of you guys know, Andrew Mercer, did you happen to see Alien Covenant?
I did not, but I heard good things.
It was shitty.
Oh! Good.
I didn't like it at all. Everybody knows that it was on my worst of the list. Worst year list? Worst of the list? I don't fucking know, but it's not even a film that I really want to. There's that guy. He tucked his shirt in.
Yeah, man. I look better that way.
Look at your hands on this thing.
All right.
Well, so basically, Alien Covenant, besides being a crappy film, drastically underperformed at the box office, and I felt like it was fan service. That wasn't. I mean, it was basically like Ridley Scott trying to make James Cameron's Aliens, for me at least.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. I did not.
I thought it was fun enough. So yeah, I particularly am not surprised that this happened.
Yeah.
Because I mean, so not only was he completely like shitting on the last movie that he made, but then he also said that, hey, this isn't even going to be, there aren't going to be aliens in this, so why would Fox, they're like, we were going to make an alien movie, now you're saying there's not going to be any aliens in it? We don't want to make this shit.
Yeah, well, basically, he's doing this press tour, Ridley Scott, right now for all the money in the world, and so he's been talking about the next film in this trilogy leading up to the original Alien film, which I loved Prometheus. I did not like Covenant, and I've been pretty staunch about that. But apparently, it was supposed to go into pre-production in September, and then they pushed it to December because they were going to be like, okay, right after...
That ought to fix the mic issue,
right
guys.
after you get done with the movie, like the press tour for this film, we can immediately just jump right into the third, which was going to be called Alien Awakening. But apparently, after it was first delayed from September to December, it was supposed to start production in Sydney. Apparently, the production has been put on indefinite hiatus. It's been completely halted. There was a whole warehouse of props and different materials and stuff that were supposed to be used for the film that have apparently all been sold off. So now a lot of people are wondering, especially with the Fox sale to Disney, if this film is even going to happen. My hope is no. I don't want to see another Ridley Scott movie, especially if he's gonna take his foot off the gas again. I mean, first he made the film he wanted to, then he made this half-assed film that he tried to please both sides, and the fans of Aliens, they were like, oh, there's too much retread of beats we've seen before,
right.
And then the fans of Prometheus were like, you did a disservice to that amazing character from Prometheus that we wanted to see more about. So if this is the case, I mean, just make other movies, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
not
back
excited.
to your what was the Moses movie that he made? Didn't he make
Moses movie? Oh,
Ridley
Gods.
Scott? Yeah, Gods and...
no, Exodus.
Gods and something or other.
Something like that. I don't know. We're confusing so many of those swords and sandal movies, but yeah, I don't know what you guys saw the Alien Covenant. I thought it was half-assed, and while a beautiful looking film, it really didn't leave me with that anxiousness to see another entry from him. So, what do you guys think about this news? Are you okay with it? Do you care? Are you upset about Ridley Scott potentially not doing another Aliens movie? I just don't want to see Disney make PG-13 Alien movies.
You keep saying that you're worried about that. That's so dumb to even think that they're just going to stick to PG-13. Because that's not that they know why these properties make money. They're not just going to change them all to PG-13 just because it's Disney. They're not going to do that. No,
I don't necessarily
there's no way.
think so, man. Right.
I know, you're wrong though. That's the thing. So, by the way, guys, we're standing because I received a stand-up desk for Christmas, and I'm trying to stand more rather than sit more because I edit a lot at the table, and I want to try and stand a bit more to be a bit more healthy if I can. So every little bit helps. So I'm going to be editing, standing up, and all that good stuff now. So just bear with us. Maybe eventually we'll go back to sitting down, but right now, yeah, this is what it is. So,
Yeah.
Fuego, next story.
Exactly. It's like we're like the weather guys or something, you know? So the next story actually ties directly with the previous story, which is why
I feel like we
put
should
them...
allow a direct window to Andrew.
which is why I put them like side by side with one another. So after news breaks about the production being completely halted and the uncertainty of Ridley Scott actually making this movie, what does director Neil Blomkamp proceed to do on Twitter the very next day but release 2 new photos from his Alien 5 concept art that he put together when he was initially trying to pitch that to 20th Century Fox. And so, opportunistic, well, fuck yes, and it just proves the fact that he hasn't completely given up on this idea and this project, which excites the hell out of me. It's probably never going to happen, but nonetheless, the fact that he still obviously has interest, is still passionate about it, and it was very, very carefully timed, I think. Andrew Mercer, what do you think about an Alien 5?
Guys, the page might have glitched when I switched the microphone over to the good microphone. It was the shitty microphone before, so...
Cecil burned his chairs.
Cecil burned all his chairs, yep. So that's why it might have glitched when I switched the microphone over. Hopefully you guys can hear us better than in the first 2 minutes of this, but yeah, so...
Is it Alien 6?
Alien 5.
Alien 5.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
What up, Dino? Good to see you, buddy.
I don't know. That's too many.
It's not too many.
No, that's a
it'd be
franchise like Star Wars that can
it
just
would be
go
a
and go and
return
go.
to both Ripley and
Hicks.
The fan
and
base
Newt
is...
too, one would assume.
And yep, they said that her character would be returning as well. So they would essentially retcon the changes that David Fincher made in Alien 3, which excites the hell out of me. But you guys need that's great. So, I don't know. I'm just stoked that... I've been so impressed with all of the different weird Oats Studios stuff that he has been doing.
And we still have like 1 or 2 of those to watch, by the way.
I think we do. They were all badass, and they just continue to show that... I don't know. I really, really am holding out just the slight... Like, I had totally given up. I thought that this ship had sailed, but the fact that he got on and immediately, was just kind of throwing his hat out in the ring once again, that gets me kind of pumped. And... So, what do you guys think? Who remembers the concept of Alien 5 with them retconning 3 and Resurrection? I don't know how they were going to do it, but the concept art looked really fucking cool. So,
I like the real subtle dig though, that like the day after the news dropped,
he's like, you guys should have gone with my idea.
He's
Look
like, by the
how much
way,
money
I'm
Covenant
still
lost.
available. We could still do this. It hasn't been that long.
No,
so.
it's only been like we talked about it on the news like a year and a half ago was the first time. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it
and
could
he
still
stayed
happen.
busy. He stayed busy.
It could still happen.
Yeah, I know Chappie was a big old floppy, but
Chappie was crappy.
I still haven't watched it yet. I know it's got the Die Antwoord people.
It was horrible. It was really horrible.
And yet I talked to some people that liked it, so I don't know.
It's terrible.
He's
Those
like, they're
people are
wrong.
dumb.
Those people are wrong. They're wrong.
All right, so Fuego.
Yeah.
Next, let me just say, can I go do this one?
Yeah.
All right, so apparently there have been rumors. People are worried that because the Jurassic World was so much like Jurassic Park, much in the vein of Star Wars The Force Awakens being like Star Wars A New Hope, they were worried that Jurassic World 2 or The Lost Kingdom, isn't that what it is? Or Kingdom
It's called
Falls?
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom, right.
Comes out
So they were
June
worried
22nd.
that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was going to be a lot like The Lost World. Much like Jurassic World was like Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, they're going back to the island, and there's like military team this time.
Yeah, but the island is being destroyed. You can see that in the trailer. It's not going to be the same. But yeah, apparently it is nothing like Jurassic. What was it? The Lost World. It is nothing like The Lost World. There's all these titles are so jumbly at this point.
They are. But
go ahead. What are the details?
Well, I guess Colin Trevorrow, the man who he's not directing this one. He's handed off the directing duties to J.A. Bayona, who did the amazing Monster Calls, but he is also still producing and scripting. And so he's just flat out, he's like, everything that you've seen in the trailers are only from the first 57 minutes of the film.
Wow.
There's still another hour and a half or so that's in there.
Wow, it's going to be 2.5 hours long?
Almost 2.5
Hell yeah.
So it's
I'll take 2.5 hours of dinosaurs.
Well, I mean, Jurassic World was like, it was over 2 hours, I'm pretty sure. It was like
That's
210,
fine.
215.
And I was fine with it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Jurassic World. Was it a perfect film? No. Was it very similar to The Force Awakens in the fact that there is just callback after callback to the original film? Yes, but he took in this recent interview to basically
Fuego,
just say,
it's D. Antwood, not Die Antwood.
Oh, it's D. Thank you, Amanda or Matt, whoever. It's one of the two of them.
Get that wrong.
I think you freaky and I like you a lot. No, I'm excited for this, especially for the sheer fact that I was a big fan.
Hi, Chrissy Bug. Happy New Year.
I love the Michael Crichton books. I really didn't like Jurassic Park 3, but I really enjoyed Jurassic World. I thought that it was like an interesting course correction and stuff, and so it's reassuring if Trevorrow is gonna get out and just say, look, I'm not trying to retread things. I'm not trying to rehash or anything like that. And there's still rumors that we're gonna see a Sam Neill cameo. There's still rumors we're gonna see a Laura Dern cameo. I mean, we already know there's gonna be some
she's
Jeff
done in Star
Goldblum.
Wars, so
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, she is. Spoilers.
Sorry.
So yeah, June 22nd, 2018 is when we can find out if this franchise is going to strongly continue, because Trevor still claims that it's going to be a trilogy, provided this one does well. I don't think it's going to break any big barriers box-wise, or box office-wise.
Box-wise?
Box-wise, yeah.
It's going to break box barriers,
box
man.
wine,
Drink
yeah.
for that one.
I think it. I don't see any reason why it won't. I mean, Jurassic World did excellent because it was much like Star Wars, again, because it was the return of a property that had been long since extinct.
A beloved one.
Get it?
You thought of that on your own, sir.
But this one, hey, Rogue One did well. The Last Jedi did well.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason to think that dinosaur fever has died. Dinosaur fever will never die.
Yes. Even though they're dead.
That is defined by children of all ages.
I promise I will never die.
Fascinated with dinosaurs. So,
I was. I know you
there's
were.
absolutely no reason why it wouldn't do. It might not do as well, but it will do very, very well.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the commentees. I see some profanity from probably Amanda, Channel Sundown.
There you go. Amanda finally got Noob's name. Noob's name right. Noob's. Oh shit.
It'll make a billion.
Andrew just freaked me out. All right. So yeah. All right. Fuego, what's next?
All right. So the fourth story is it's more about a property that I know you really don't care very much about. I have just like a mild interest because I was such a big fan of the books and stuff.
The movie sucked so bad.
It was just okay.
It was horrible.
It was just okay. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't very good. But it made money, and there's over 400 million Goosebumps books in print. So you can't be surprised at the fact that we have this Goosebumps sequel coming, and it was originally dated for September. This past week they moved it back to October, so now it's going to be coming out on October 12th, 2018. It's got the subtitle Slappy's Revenge, but there's still all those rumors swirling that it's gonna take place at the Monsterland Park and all that stuff. But also this week, it was confirmed that Jack Black is returning. There was a lot of speculation he was not. He was just okay in it, in my opinion, but
he was one of the sillier parts.
He was.
By the way, Amanda says we have daiquiris and boxed wine. Yay! It's going to be a good New Year's for Amanda. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah,
aside from that, I mean, Jack Black coming back, Goosebumps.
The same two kids or no?
That's the one thing they don't know. So
who cares?
I like the girl. I like the daughter. I thought she was.
The movie was so bad. It was so tame. It was like
it was made for
the
kids,
worst.
It's made for kids.
I know.
So,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
horrible. Wow, it's Brady. What's
Brady!
up, Brady?
What up,
Brady? Yeah.
All right, so I am not excited about the Goosebumps sequel. I will watch it because we're the horror show.
Have to.
And you and I did. Well, we might have to go to Arizona Center just to, repeat.
That's where we saw it last time.
Indeed. But yeah, no, I'm not excited about it. But I'll watch. If it's called Slappy's Revenge and it's about the doll that was. The problem is this. Now it's going to be the Jack Black show because Jack Black did Slappy's voice in the fucking
Which
Goosebumps
is why obviously
movie.
he's going to be coming back. Maybe they won't have him come back as R.L. Stein.
Oh.
Maybe he'll just come back.
Maybe he'll
and do
just be Slappy?
Just voice Slappy. I don't know.
Well, that's weird.
I still prefer Dead Silence. I still prefer the 90s Goosebumps show where they actually adapted the stories. I still would have liked to have seen this as an anthology, but
does Kahlua have cream? Yeah. Kahlua. I don't know. I don't drink Kahlua.
Kahlua is like a coffee liqueur. No, it doesn't have cream, but it's often mixed with creamy things.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey-o!
Like milk.
Hey.
You'd be like the dude and have a white Russian and tie your room together and all that.
Wences is here. Goosebumps was actually good.
I didn't mind it. It was okay.
Wet Paint Pictures is here. What up? Wet Paint gave me a heads up. Apparently my Quake reaction, I had the audio off somehow. I don't know how that happened.
What are you doing?
It's all right. It was literally the actual amount of footage you got in that trailer was 8 seconds.
Wow.
The Quake, remember? It was just the one shot over the hill.
Yeah, I remember.
And that's literally it. So, all right.
Interesting. So Happy New Year's from Liverpool. Liverpool is actually my younger brother's favorite football team in the Premier League.
I'm not slouching. Fuck you guys. I'm leaning. All right.
Yes, Will. White Russians are delicious.
All right, Fuego, what's the next one?
Edward D says Goosebumps was poop.
Goosebumps was poop.
All right, so the fifth story, this actually just came out today, and I guess there was already rumors, and she had mentioned this a little bit at one point a few months ago, but the 11th season of the X-Files is about to hit this Wednesday, January 3rd, and it's crazy to think about the fact that they even brought the series back, let alone brought it back again for an additional 11th season. But Gillian Anderson went on record with TV Guide this past week to say after this season she is done. Who knows if the show could potentially continue with all these other characters, Mulder included, but I need to catch up on the X-Files, man, because as I've said many times on this show, I loved the building lore and mythology and conspiracy aspects and whatnot. I stopped watching when I think Mulder was gone in either the 7th or the 8th season. I can't remember, but yeah, I was a huge fan of the large story that they were trying to tell. They always had the Monster of the Week episodes too, like oh goodness, the one with Big Blue. Did you ever see that? Have you watched much X-Files?
Nope.
Not really?
I watched the first 2 seasons, and that was enough for me.
There's an episode called Big Blue where they're investigating this town where there's been like disappearances and whatnot, and there's like a dinosaur in the lake, and there's all of these like rumors that it's a fake and whatever, and it's a good episode. Gillian Anderson.
Will did make me laugh. Andrew needs to be spayed.
It's not funny.
That was funny.
No, Scully's little dog Queequeg gets like eaten by the monster. It's pretty. She's like Queequeg. Who remembers that episode? In any event, I really want to catch up on those later seasons of the X-Files because I want to see some of this revival series. I've heard that it's good, but it just wasn't as much as what the fans wanted.
I tried to watch that too, and I was still like, nope. Yeah. Don't care. Still don't care.
Yeah.
But, all right. Fair enough. I don't really have anything to say about this because X-Files is not my thing.
Yeah.
Noob,
you'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk alone. All right. The last story, Fuego, is what?
The last story is the one that, along with the aliens news, I bookended these festivities with my favorite stories of the week, and
okay.
I often like to do that. So, Mike Flanagan, we all know, did an amazing job this past year with Gerald's Game.
Yep.
He knocked that shit out of the park, and
did great with Hush last year.
Yeah, Hush was really good, except if you're Marsha Parker. And
did great with Absentia first off.
Did he do Oculus? Also?
Oculus after Absentia, not right after, but after Absentia. Yep. Absolutely.
Coolness. Well, the exciting news that he tossed out. He was doing an interview with it's a page called Lilja's Library, and I can't remember where in Europe this guy is from.
Lilja's Library?
Lilja, Lilja,
okay. That's not what I heard, but okay.
Lilja's Library.
Lilja's Library.
Yeah, it's a Stephen King news website that has been going strong for I think a couple decades at this point. I mean, we're talking since like the early days of the internet, and Mercer is just trying to contain himself back here. The Lilja's Library, Lilja's Library.
Is it Dr. Sleep they're doing?
Well, that's the thing. So he was asked in this interview, what is the next Stephen King property that you would like to adapt? And he was like, honestly, I really would like to do Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining. Problem with this is that Kubrick so drastically changed the ending of The Shining, from like the source material at least, and spoilers in the book, and also in the miniseries, which you've seen, the place is blown up and destroyed and stuff. Whereas, Jack Torrance is just like frozen and stuck in the hotel forever at the end of the film.
Maybe they just say it's a sequel to the TV movie.
Maybe, but long story short, the book is tremendous. I did not go in with massive expectations for Dr. Sleep because honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of The Shining. Sorry guys, I'm not. The movie's pretty damn good. The story is okay, but it probably wouldn't even crack my Stephen King top 10. Seriously. I know it's considered to be so iconic, but just not for me, okay? But Dr. Sleep I actually liked a whole lot better. It basically follows around a grown-up Danny Torrance. He still has his powers, but...
The Shinin?
Yeah, you want to get sued? We did. We almost had to take the video down from YouTube because of that shit. I had to trim The Simpsons out of it. Damn, that pissed me off, because that was like one of my favorite parts, man. But, so... He's unfortunately, he's exuding and embodying a lot of the same traits as his father, man. He's boozing, he's living kind of a fucked up life, and there's and there's a part with cocaine and this woman that he like just goes back to her house after the bar, and he wakes up the next day and sees like her little tiny son who's like maybe 3 or 4. He's like, Canny, is that Canny? He's like gonna go for the cocaine, and Danny's like, no, stops him. But you end up there's this crazy traveling group called the True Knot that are basically like almost like shinning vampires, basically. So they track down kids with the shine, with these sort of, I guess telekinetic powers or, psychic powers of sorts. And they basically like devour their life energy, their essence. And so they start to grow old. And then when they consume some of this life force, they age down again. And man, the villain is this evil bitch of a chick who like leads this whole band. And they're in like motorhomes going across the country and stuff. And it's a great book, and I would love to see Mike Flanagan actually tackle this. I'm just wondering how they would handle, the fact that...
if it's all about Danny Torrance on the road, they could still achieve that with the ending of Kubrick's movie.
Yeah, but in the third act, they go back to the site of the Overlook, and it's no longer there. It's like a campground.
Well, there's no reason why they couldn't retroactively just say that Danny and his mom, then after Jack followed them into the maze, went back and fucking torch the place. Yeah, because they fucking said this place made him crazy. Let's make sure that never happens again, because clearly it happened before.
It was the boiler exploding in the book in the miniseries.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You do that instead, and then boom, there's an extra layer. Yeah, and I think that's an easy workaround.
Yeah, they could probably do it. And honestly, with the hands of Mike Flanagan behind it, another book that he expressed interest in doing was Lisey's Story, which is one about this woman whose husband is an author and he dies, and she's like trying to pick up the pieces and going through all of his work, and there's like an obsessive fan or serial killer or something, I can't remember the exact details, that comes and terrorizes her at the house. And so that was the other one that Flanagan said. So for any Stephen King fans, Flanagan apparently wants to adapt Dr. Sleep, and he wants to adapt Lisey's Story. Stephen King has gone on record to say that Lisey's Story is his favorite book that he's ever written.
Wow.
Not my favorite, but, it's pretty good, I guess. So, yeah, a Shining sequel directed by Mike fucking Flanagan. Who does that excite?
Flanagan.
Sure excites me.
Thank you, Dino. We appreciate it, man. Yeah, you're one of the goods on YouTube as far as horror goes, too, man. So thank you very much. Wences, you're crazy. S. Rose is here. Standing up. I'm just trying to do something a little different, trying to be a little healthier.
Nice Wranglers, brother.
Thank you. But yeah, you guys. I'm in Arizona, so fuck right off. But
you can just fuck right off.
But anyway, we're gonna have to probably close it out there, you guys.
Well, there's nothing else to talk about. Once again, it was a holiday week, and we're just looking forward to 2018 and covering more news with you guys on Sundays. It's always going to be live. It's always going to be boozy and fun.
Stay tuned, though, to the channel tonight. We are going to be probably recording a wing challenge here in just a few minutes. And then after that, we're going to be doing our New Year's things. Fuego has to work in the morning, so he can't hang that long. But Andrew is probably going to be streaming either on Twitch or straight to YouTube tonight, just for tonight since it's New Year's Eve. Maybe he'll jump on YouTube. Producer Dave might be with him. I might be with them, or I might be going out with Brittany. I'm not sure yet.
Well, we'll see. We also have to give a shout out to our friends at Channel Sundown, because they're getting ready to do a countdown of their own of their favorite and most disappointing films of the year. So that's a live stream that we definitely urge you guys to check out.
Make sure you check that out over at Channel Sundown. Andrew's stream will probably be after that anyway. So thank you guys very much for joining. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for everything in 2017. We grew more this year than we ever have before.
Snowball going downhill. That's
we're over 16,300 subscribers, over 3 million views, and that's all thanks to you guys. And we have one of the best, absolutely best communities on YouTube.
Yeah, you're not fans, you're friends, you're supporters, and we
that's producer Dave. Dave, come on, just say thank you to them, because you've watched the growth from behind the scenes this year, and it's been insane. So, guys, it took us 3 years and 9 months to get to 13,000 viewers, and we got to 16,000 in only 3 more months after that. So we are on an upward trend.
Yep.
Thank you very much. We will be back weekly to do the Horror Show News with Booze going forward in 2018, of course. We love you all. But until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Andrew Mercer.
Producer Dave.
Jaime and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.
Every day of the
Be
year.
safe.
Absolutely.
Seriously,
Have
year.
a safe, happy,
Safe.
happy New Year.
Yes, we love you guys.
Don't drive. Just Uber. Uber. It's
Uber,
2018
baby.
almost.
Uber or Lyft.
Come on.